Hello viewers, so welcome to my channel. I am Hasham. So last video I have completed 4 problems on measure of dispersion. Now in this video I am continuing from 5th problem onwards. So if you have not watched the earlier problems, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject statistics for management. Select the videos of measure of dispersion. Watch the initial videos. Be acquainted with all the formulas of dispersion and then only you watch the video. So before starting, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. So always keep the problems ready and then watch the video. Take a screenshot of the solutions, then I'll explain all the points. Come on. Now I'm starting the 5th problem. Problem number 5. Calculate the standard deviation from the following data. Marks obtained 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And number of students. It is a continuous series because class intervals are given. We are required to calculate standard deviation. First thing is you must find the mean. Without finding the mean, you cannot go for standard deviation. We have to see whether the mean is in whole number or in fraction. If it is whole number, then take the deviations from actual mean. If the mean is not in whole number but in fraction, take the assumed mean and find out the deviations. That point you have to remember. Now first, marks. Whatever marks are given in the problem, same thing I have copied, 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Number of students, frequency, 5, 8, 15, 16, 6. The total of frequency is n, 50. Then you have to calculate the mid values. Because whenever you want to calculate the mean, you must need mid values. The mid values, lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5. 10 plus 20 divided by 2, 15. 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25. Mid values. Multiply f into m, fm. 5 5s are 25. 8 into 15, 120, 15, 25, 375, 16, 35. Like that. Take the total FM. And don't make this column of D, FD, FD square. Because this will depend whether deviations are taken from actual mean or assumed mean. Only after calculating mean, we will be in a position to decide. So time being, you must not draw these 3 columns, last 3 columns. First, you should draw columns up to FM. So we got the FM value 1350. Now we calculate the mean value. Mean is equal to, mean x bar is equal to summation FM by n. Summation FM is 1350 and n is 50. 1350 by 50, 27. So fortunately we got the mean value in whole number. It is not in fraction. So we take the deviations from whole number. Now we take D is equal to m minus x bar. M stands for mid values. The mid values are here and x bar is 27. So m minus x bar. So m is how much? 5. 5 minus 27, you will get minus 22. 15 minus 27, minus 12. 25 minus 27, minus 2. 35 minus 27, 8. 45 minus 27, 18. These are the deviations, D. Now you multiply f into D, frequency into D. Frequency 5, 5 into minus 22, minus 110. 8 into minus 12, minus 96. 15 into minus 2, minus 30. 16 into 8, 128, positive. 6 into 18, 108. Now FD square. FD square, don't square directly FD. Normally students will commit the mistake. FD square मालूम करने के लिए FD को square कर देंगे. That is wrong. FD square means FD into D. So this is FD and this is D. Multiply these two values. Minus into minus will become plus. 22 into 110. Minus into minus will become plus. 12 into 96. Minus into minus plus. 2 into 30, 60. 8, 128. 18 into 108. Take the total FD square, 6,600. The total of summation FD square, 6,600. Now apply the formula. Standard deviation is equal to summation FD square by N under root. Very simple formula, easy formula. This formula will be applied only when deviations are taken from actual mean. Here deviations are taken from actual mean. No assumed, actual mean. So 6600 divided by 50. 6600 divided by 50, you will get 132. Under root 132, you will get 11.49. That is the standard deviation. That's all. This is the fifth problem. Now, problem number 6. From the following data, calculate the mean and standard deviation. Remember, in examination, very frequently the question will be asked from standard deviation, not from quartile deviation or range. Very rarely they will ask, but frequently they will ask the problem from standard deviation. So have more practice on this problem. So from the following data, calculate the mean and standard deviation. Age under 10, under 20, under 30, like that. Number of persons dying. This number of persons dying is the frequency. Here, the distribution is cumulative. Because under 10 ka matlab 0 to 10. Under 20 means 0 to 20. Under 30 means 0 to 30. But we don't require cumulative. We want separately 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Like that we require. So we have to convert this cumulative frequency into normal frequency, and then only we calculate mean and standard deviation. Right? So how to convert it? Here you can see. Calculation of mean and standard deviation. Age under 10 ka matlab 0 to 10. Under 20 means 0 to 20. Under 20 means 0 to 20. But we don't require 0 to 20. We require 10 to 20. So we are converting. So 10 to 20. Under 30 means 0 to 30. We don't require. We want 20 to 30. Under 40 means 0 to 40. But we require 30 to 40. Like that 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Lastly, under 80. Under 80 means 70 to 80 will take. Now, when we have converted this under into class interval, now we have to change the frequency also. The first frequency, age under 10, is 15. Under 10 ka matlab 0 to 10, 15. So same 15 frequency are taken. But the second frequency 30 is given for under 20. Under 20 ka matlab 0 to 20. For 0 to 20 frequency is 30. We want from 10 to 20, not 0 to 20. So deduct 30 minus 15. 30 minus 15 is 15. Next one, 53 minus 30 is 23. Then 75 minus 53 is 22. Then 100 minus 75 is 25. Next 110 minus 100 is 10. Next 115 minus 110 is 5. Lastly 125 minus 115 is 10. Now we have converted the cumulative frequency into normal frequency. Now easily we can make the calculations. I told you standard deviation directly we cannot calculate. We have to calculate first the arithmetic mean. If the mean is in a whole number, take the deviations from actual mean. How we have done here? If the mean is in fraction, take the deviations from assumed mean. Now we have to see. So we got frequency mid values 0 to 10. So mid value is 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5. 10 plus 20 divided by 2, 15. 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25. So we got all the mid values. Now multiply f into n. 15 into 5, 75. 15 into 15, 25. 23, 25, 575. Like that fm. Take the total of fm 4395. Don't make these three columns d, fd, fd square. Only after finding out the mean value, then only you draw this column. Till this time, don't draw, just leave the space. Then take the total of fm, 4395. The mean formula is summation fm by n. 4395 divided by 125, you get 35.16. So we got the mean value in whole in fraction. In fraction. That's why I will make the assumed mean. I'll take the assumed mean. So let the assumed mean be 35. Any value you can take, but the assumed mean should be near to the actual mean. Here actual mean is 35.16. So 35 is very near. So I will take the assumed mean 35. Now D is equal to M minus A. M stands for mid values. A stands for assumed mean. What is the assumed mean here? 35. So M minus 35. So 5 minus 35 minus 30. 15 minus 35 minus 20. 25 minus 35 minus 10. 35 minus 35 0. 10, 20, 30, 40. These are the deviations. Now multiply F into D. Frequency is there. Frequency into deviations. 15 into minus 30 is minus 450. 15 into minus 20, minus 300. 23 into minus 10, minus 230. 22 into 0, 0. 25 into 10, 250. 10 into 20, 200. 5 into 30, 150. 10 into 40, 400. We have calculated the FD. Now FD square. FD square means FD into D. This is FD, this is D. Multiply. 450 into 30, 13,500. Minus into minus will become plus. Here also minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus. Multiply these two columns, you will get FD square. Take the total of FD square, 48,800. And take the total of FD also, 20. Minus 450, minus 300, minus 230, plus 250, plus 200, plus 150, plus 400, 20. We got the FD value, we got the FD square. Now we have to calculate the standard deviation. The formula for standard deviation is summation FD square by n minus summation FD by n whole square under root. See here. Here the formula is different. Here the formula is different. Why? Here the deviations are taken from actual mean. Here the deviations are taken from assumed mean. That's why this formula will change. Now FD square 48,400 divided by 125. FD by n, FD is 20. 20 divided by 125 whole square under root. So 48,800 divided by 125 you get 390.4. 20 divided by 125 square. After square you will get 0.0256. Subtract 390.3744 under root 19.76. This is the standard deviation. So one problem I have explained you from actual mean. The second problem I have explained you from assumed mean. That's it. Now seventh problem. From the following data given below, state which series is more variable. Two series are given, series A, series B. We have to compare and tell which series is more variable. Remember one point, or you note it down in your notebook. To compare the variability, we calculate coefficient of variation, CV. We calculate the CV of A series and CV of B series. Compare it. Whichever series has lower CV, coefficient of variation, that series is less variable. But here it is asking you more variable. More variable means wherever CV is more. Whichever series CV is more, that series is more variable. So to compare the variability, we have to calculate the CV, coefficient of variation. So we calculate the coefficient of variation A series and then we calculate for B series. So first I am calculating the coefficient of variation for A series. Variables are given 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Frequencies are given. These frequencies are the A series frequencies. A series. So first I calculate mid values. 10 plus 20 divided by 2, 15. 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25. Mid values. Multiply F into M. You will get FM. Total FM 5,900. I told you, you have to make the calculation only up to FM. Beyond this D, FD, FD square, you should not draw, because we have to see whether it is actual mean or assumed mean. If the actual mean is in whole number, we have to take the deviations from actual mean. If it is in fraction, we have to take the deviation from assumed mean. Now, mean is equal to summation FM by n, 5,900 by 140, 42.14. Our mean is in fraction, so we take the deviations from assumed mean. Let the assumed mean be 45. Any value from mid values. From mid values, you can choose any value, but I am selecting 45. Why I am taking 45? You could have taken 15, you could have taken 65 also. Anything you can take. But if you take the value which is near to the actual value, your calculations will get reduced. Your time will get reduced. That's why I am selecting 45, because 45 is near. Now D is equal to M minus A. Mid value minus assumed mean. Assumed mean is 45. So M minus 45, 15 minus 45 minus 30, 25 minus 45 minus 20, 35 minus 45 minus 10, 45 minus 45 0, 55 minus 45 10, 65 minus 45 20. These are the D values. Now multiply F into D, frequency with the D value. 10 into minus 30 minus 300, 18 into minus 20 minus 360, 32 into minus 10 minus 320, 40 into 0 0, 22 into 10 220, 18 into 20 360. We got FD. Now FD square. So multiply FD into D. This is FD, this is D. So 300 into 30, 9000, minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus. Multiply these two columns, take the total, FD square 28,800. So take the total of FD also, minus 400, minus 360, minus 300, minus 360, minus 320, plus 220, plus 360, minus 400. All calculations over. Now substitute the values in the formula for standard deviation. Standard deviation. Summation FD square by n minus summation FD by n whole square under root. Already we have applied here the same formula. FD square 28,800 divided by 140 minus 400 by 140 whole square. When you square minus, it will become plus. Minus into minus will become plus. So 400 divided by 40 square, you will get 8.163. 28,800 divided by 140, you will get 205.1. So 197.55 under root 14.06. 14.06 is the standard deviation. Now we calculate the coefficient of variation. First time we are applying the formula for CV. Coefficient of variation is equal to standard deviation by mean into 100. Sigma by x bar into 100. Sigma we got 14.06. Mean 42.14. Actual mean, not assumed mean. Actual mean 42.14 into 100. 33.36%. This is the CV for series A. Similarly, we have to calculate the CV for series B. So we have calculated the CV of series A. So series A, the CV comes to 33.36%. In order to compare the variability of two groups, we calculate CV. Whichever group has a more CV, that group is more variable. That's it. Now we calculate the CV of series B. So here calculation of CV of series B. Take a screenshot of this solution of CV of series B. Now first column variable. Same variable 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Right? Frequencies are given in the problem. Then mid values. Take the mid values 10 plus 20 divided by 2, 15. 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25. Mid values. Now calculate FM. F into M. The total of FM 5300. Now we calculate the mean value. X bar is equal to summation FM by N. 5300 by 140. 37.86. Again we got the mean value in fraction. So we make the assumed mean. Let the assumed mean be 35 because 35 is very near to 37. So now we take the deviations. D is equal to M minus A. M stands for mid value, A stands for assumed mean. Assumed mean 35. Mid values are here. 15 minus 35 minus 20. 25 minus 35 minus 10. 35 minus 35 0. Like this deviations. Now F into D. F is here. D is here. 18 into 20 minus 360 plus into minus will be minus. This plus into minus will be minus. 22 into 10, 210, 220. 40 into 0, 0. 32 into 10, 320. 18 into 20, 360. 10 into 30, 300. Now take the total of FD, 400. Minus 360, minus 220, 320, 360, 300. Now FD square, FD into D. So minus into minus will become plus. 20 into 360, 7200. Minus into minus plus. 10 into 220, 2200. 0. Then 3200. 20 into 360, 30 into 300. Take the total FD square, 28,800. Now we know the formula for standard deviation. When the deviations are taken from assumed mean, the formula is summation FD square by n minus summation FD by n whole square. Same value is 28,800 divided by 140 minus 400 divided by 140 whole square. So 28,800 divided by 140 you will get 205.714. And 400 divided by 140 square you will get 8.163. Subtract you will get 197.551 under root. So 14.06. So same 14.06. Here also we got standard deviation 14.06. Here also 14.06. No change in standard deviation. Now CV. Coefficient of variation sigma by x bar into 100. Sigma is 14.06. X bar is 37.86. Actual mean into 100. 37.14 is the CV for series A. For series B. For series A, how much? 33.36. Now you have to give the conclusion. What conclusion? It is asking you in the problem to explain which series is more variable. That series is more variable whose CV is more. Now compare the CV. A, it is 33.36. B, it is 37.14. The ultimate conclusion, series B has more variability compared to series A because the CV of series B is more, 37.14. That's it. So this is the end of problem number 7. Inshallah, we'll continue the next problem in the next video.